Morning. Welcome to Parade Center, Media Day at headquarters here. Welcome everybody here. I hope you're as cool as I am. I think you're going to be impressed with the activities we have today. It's a little bit different than past Media Day events where we have actually live performances from a performing singer that we have here, and we have fencing that's going to be, so it's going to be an exciting time. There's going to be ample opportunity for questions at the end, so if you can hold your questions, it'd be much appreciated. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce Jeffrey Wright, the Grand Marshal of the 2018 Parade. Jeff?
It never stops. Thank you, Lee. Good morning, everyone. I am Jeff Wright, Grand Marshal of the 136th Annual VP Parade, America's Birthday Parade, and I'm thrilled to welcome all of you here today. We affectionately call this place the Den, and this is command central for all of our parade activities. This is where we conceive, design, create, build, and eventually roll out all of the floats that are in the parade. We're now just 6 days away from the parade on Wednesday, July 4th at 9:30 a.m., and this place is hopping. The theme of the 2018 VP Parade is the U.S. experience. It commemorates our experience as citizens of the United States and St. Louis's place in its history. The focus is on a central idea of our great country, unity. I am pleased to say that the parade is returning to downtown St. Louis again. It is our home. On July 3rd, we will have Parade Town in Kiener Plaza. It will run from 4:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. We will have food, drink, Luster Lights, a local band, will be playing 2 sets, and we will have 2 sets from DJ Needles. DJ Needles will also close with a fantastic laser light show, and it really is going to be entertaining. We also have a couple of balloons from the Great Forest Park Balloon Race that will be glowing throughout the evening. It is a free event and open to all. The morning of July 4th, we will have America's Birthday 5K. It is a 5K run, and the first time we've done this in a long time. It will kick off at 7:30 a.m. at Kiener Plaza and will be completed at approximately 8:15 a.m. The parade has been switched. We used to go east to west. We are now going west to east. We will begin at 20th and Market at Union Station. We'll proceed east to the riverfront. We will end at Broadway and Market. We are marching to the Arch this year. This year's patrons are invited to actually join the parade. The last unit of the parade will follow the last parade float into Fair St. Louis, America's birthday party. The parade will be televised live on KMOV TV, and we have created a syndicate of stations nationwide. We expect to be in up to 70 TV markets in 26 states. We will reach approximately 25 million households in the United States. This year's parade honorary Grand Marshal is Denny Reagan. He is President and CEO of the Muni. We are thrilled to announce him and collaborate with him on this great event. Denny shares our vision of commitment to producing top-notch events to entertain the city of St. Louis and the nation. It's no secret that our parade requires hundreds of volunteers and the support of our local and regional leaders. I'd like to introduce some of them today who are part of the program. Please welcome Mayor Lyda Krewson, representing the city of St. Louis and all of the city agencies that help put this parade on. James Bolt. James is General Chairman of Fair St. Louis, and he will be telling us all about the triumphant return of Fair St. Louis to the Arch grounds this year. Lee Metcalf. Lee is with USA Fencing, and as many people know, the 2018 USA Fencing National Championships are being held here in St. Louis. Lee will tell us about USA Fencing, and he might even have a little demonstration for us today. We also have singer, actress, professional model, electric violinist, you're going to love it, and St. Louis and Abigail Stahlschmidt, who is featured performer not only in our opening production, but also on the U.S. Experience float. She She will treat us to an awesome performance today. We also have Kelly's Cuties. Kelly's Cuties are going to give you a flavor of our entertainment for the parade on our floats. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today. Now I'd like to turn things over to Mayor Cruson. Madam Mayor? Thank you.
Good morning. How is everybody today? Good? Good, good. Thank you, Jeff. I so appreciate the opportunity to be here with all of you today and to be representing the city of St. Louis as we kick off America's birthday celebration across our great region and across the country on this Independence Day holiday. I hope you will join me, come out for this annual event. The parade is a wonderful gift to the city of St. Louis from the VP organization. And we want you to know how much the city appreciates all of your charitable efforts and all that you do to make this event such a great event. It looks like you've put together a fantastic parade this year, and there's no better place to celebrate the nation's birthday than right here in the city of St. Louis, the home of the Cardinals, the home of the Blues, the home of toasted ravioli, and the home of the ice cream cone. So, no better place. This year's theme, the U.S. Experience, truly reflects the many positive things that are happening in and around St. Louis. And one of the things that we like to do here is to present to you a proclamation in honor of the great efforts that you've put forward here. The proclamation is right over there, but if you bear with me, I'll tell you what it says for just a moment. So, America's Birthday Parade, produced by the Veiled Prophet Organization of St. Louis since 1878, will return to the city of St. Louis for the 136th time on Wednesday, July 4th. And whereas America's Birthday Parade is a gift to the city from the VP, a 140-year-old civic and philanthropic organization founded to promote St. Louis and enrich the quality of life for our citizens. This year's theme, the U.S. Experience, focuses on the many positive things that are happening throughout our community, across our country, and in and around the city of St. Louis. Whereas in 2018, America's biggest birthday parade will feature 140 units, 14 major production floats with live, professionally choreographed music and dance performances, and 14 marching bands to entertain parade goers. So the 2018 parade brings great exposure to St. Louis through its live broadcast on KMOV Channel 4 and syndicated networks of more than 70 TV markets and 26 states across the country, reaching approximately 25 million households. So now, therefore, I, Lyda Cruson, Mayor of the City of St. Louis, do hereby proclaim July 4th, 2018 as America's Birthday Parade Day in the City of St. Louis. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'd like to turn the podium over to James Bolt, General Chairman of Fair St. Louis. James?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is James Bolt. I'm General Chair of Fair St. Louis 2018. For decades, Fair St. Louis and America's Birthday Parade have worked side by side in producing a massive, free, and one-of-a-kind Independence Day experience that only St. Louis can offer, and this year is no different. The parade is kicking off Independence Day celebrations on Wednesday, July 4, ending at the intersection of Broadway and Market, the entrance to Fair St. Louis and the newly renovated Gateway Arch National Park. Fair St. Louis will feature 3 days of world-class entertainment on the Enterprise Rent-A-Car main stage, consisting of both iconic and up-and-coming artists from a variety of genres. On Wednesday, July 4th, Fair St. Louis will open at noon with the return of the Boeing Air Show at 12:30 and again at 6:45 p.m., followed by performances by Amelia Eisenhower and the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. Yes. Friday, July 6th, Fair will open at 4 p.m. with local favorites Dirty Mugs, followed by Andy Grammer and headliner Jason Derulo. On Saturday, July 7th, Fair St. Louis will open its gates at noon and will host a salute to the troops to honor military service members and their families later in the evening. Danielle Bradbury, Ray Lynn, Michael Ray, Martina McBride will close out the final night of Fair St. Louis. In addition to the many concerts, events, and activities happening during the fair, crowds will also be wowed nightly by the Edward Jones fireworks displays. We'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Enterprise, for helping us set the stage for another triumphant 4th of July celebration. We're looking forward to welcoming you all back to America's biggest birthday party. See you next week.
All right.
Thank you, James. The fair is a spectacular lineup, as always, and we hope that masses of our people from the parade head your way. And now I'll turn the podium over to Lee Metcalf, who will tell us about USA Fencing and his involvement in getting the military community involved with our parade. Lee?
Greetings. I am delighted to be here. As a native St. Louisan after 34 years in the Navy, there is no better place to be on the 4th of July than St. Louis. I'm here actually, quite frankly, literally, with several hats. The first hat I want to talk about is to thank the parade and actually make you aware of some amazing things that James just alluded to in the outreach that this program does for our military and our veterans in this community. And in doing that, they also have imbued a realization in the way they've approached the floats that are going to be dedicated to the military with honoring the families, thanking the families who also serve. And for all of those kinds of outreach efforts, as well as the salute to troops on the 7th and their involvement in the parade, and as well their engagement with science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. I love the acronym, the Navy-esque STEAM. You gotta love the fact that there's also embedded in that village, as part of the fair, a tent, a booth that's set up to bring to St. Louisans' attention the fact that we now have, being built as we speak, a brand new ship with the name USS St. Louis. Interestingly enough, the sponsor of that ship is Barbara Taylor, the spouse of Andy Taylor of the Enterprise organization. Isn't that amazing, the synergy that's going on here? So I encourage people to come down, see that event, the whole STEM engagement, so critical to building the talent and capability of our young people here in St. Louis and the talent pool of bringing more people here and growing our economy, as well as what we're doing to reach out to the military and the veterans. And as one more hat, I am also the chair for employer support for Guard and Reserve, many of which will be on that float. I have the honor and opportunity to be able to also say, through the use of what's called a challenge coin, to thank you. And this coin is my personal coin from ESGR for the state of Missouri, and I'm going to give it, if I could, to all of you who are so involved in this. Can I do it right now? To you, sir, thank you very much. Mayor, you are amazing. Thank you. Keep this going. Thank James, for everything you guys are doing with this, keep the show on the road. Awesome. All right, so with that, I also happen to be the deputy chair for USA Fencing's tournament. I'm here on behalf of my boss, Ron Daugherty, who's the CEO of one of the fastest growing IT technology companies here in St. Louis, who was instrumental in bringing USA Fencing to this great city and engaging with us to bring 5,000 fencers, nearly 15,000 people to the city of St. Louis, some of which were with me in the car over here today and said, oh my gosh, look at this city. This is a great spot. Look at the architecture. Look at it's so clean. That's a quote. And then she said, we need to have this tournament back here over. I am so on track with that. And so today, I have a blend between my uniform and our young folks who are going to help demonstrate what's going on in this wonderful engagement in this tournament that's starting today and running through the 7th of July, which is all built around swords. I have mine. It's a little different setup than what you're about to see from these young folks, who are some amazing champions. Let me introduce two first. Come on up here, guys. I want you to first come up. I want to introduce to you, two Olympians. Marcus Hempstead, who was on our U.S. Olympic team in 2016. And also our British brethren, Keith Cook, British Olympic team. He will be in the Olympics in 2020. Now we have two young ladies who are champions nationally, who are here with us this week as part of the tournament. And I'm going to introduce them, and they're going to do a demonstration for you. Megan Sirico and Cosima Martis, come on out and let's get it done. Thank you all. I'm going to turn it over to the boys. Come on, guys. Explain what's going on here.
Okay, so the sport of fencing, it's been in the Summer Olympics, every Summer Olympics since 1896. There's three weapons, foil, epee, and saber.
Come on over to the mic. Make sure they can hear you.
Today you guys are going to see epee. So the whole body area is the target. You can hit anywhere from head to toe. We're going to show you 5 points today, and Keith's going to referee for you.
On guard. Ready? Fence. Oh. Double. 20. On guard. Ready? Fence. Oh. 2.
Give a second. So what you're seeing is their fencing. Keep going.
Ready? Fence.
Is an evolution in this sport. Something else we're known for here in St. Louis is innovation. The move from a wire that used to be attached to the back of their uniform
On guard.
and now is wireless. And you're seeing the fruits of that right here, where their points are being registered through a wireless system as to who's winning each bout. We have an innovation zone that's going to be down at the America Center in conjunction with this. We're showcasing 20 St. Louis startups that have all kinds of cool stuff that's happening, not only relevant to fencing, but to the sports as well.
4, 3. On guard. Ready? Fence. On guard. Ready? Fence. Oh. On guard. Ready? Fence. Oh, 40. Last dip. On guard. Ready? Fence.
It's 4-4. Who gets the point?
That's a win. 5.
All right. Woo! All right, ladies, come up here. Come up here. Guys, come over here. Mayor, please come on up here real quick and just get a picture together. These are the folks that are bringing people from all over the country to our great city. I just want a picture with the mayor and everybody.
Now I'll take a few moments to highlight some of the exciting features of our 136th parade. We will feature 140 units, '18 major floats, more than 250 live choreographed dance performers and music performers who have literally been practicing for months to get ready for this parade. We have 11 high school marching bands who are competing for $10,000 in prize money in the Liberty Drum Marching Band Competition. We have 6 larger-than-life helium balloons, including a spectacular Golden Dragon that's a low flyer and about 50 feet long. You will not want to miss that. And of course, we'll have appearances by our local dignitaries, including Mayor Cruson, Colonel John W. Hayden Jr., the Chief of Police and Police Commissioner of the City of St. Louis, Dennis Jankerson, Chief of the St. Louis Fire Department, East St. Louis Mayor Emeka Jackson Hicks, and many beauty pageant winners from across the country. America's Birthday Parade is an enduring Independence Day holiday tradition for generations of families. Come join us for the parade. We'll see you on Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. in downtown St. Louis. I love a parade. And now, for your viewing and entertainment, I introduce Abigail Stahlschmidt, who is the star of our parade opening and closing in the halfway mark. As I introduced before, Abby is a fabulous electric violinist, and she is going to wow you now. Abby?
All right.